Time after time we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They tried to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming to the world, hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty. Watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out, now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much, close curtain and scene. I am not a human being, I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou, I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah, Kid Boy, we got another one. Ha! Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. I'll tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Colts sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw it with Manning. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 33-yard line.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Williams off the play fake. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Operating from the gun, Williams. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And some space here. Touchdown, Washington. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line? So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks. On play action, now Manning. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Manning. Dancing to his left. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Manning. That ball caught by Harrison. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
18.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Williams. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Williams slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he...
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Manning. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. Green able to dance free. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great play there. 56 yards. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Second and 7. Manning. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrison. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Manning gonna throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Jonathan Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves, right,
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him, let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The open man is Clark, complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Williams on 1st and 10. And again he finds Clark. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their face.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it is 42-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On play action, it's Manning. And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are pouring it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Manning. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Manning indeed going for it on 4th. And now here is another interception. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field. 49 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Now a play fake. Manning, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Berry. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Manning. He's got Harrison left side complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Into the red zone now, Manning. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Manning to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Colts are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. An inside give. Here's Portis. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll give this up the middle to Portis. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
Hey, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Drops this one off to Portis. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Running right, Portis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They hand it off to Portis. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On the give, here's Portis. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Slide for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
167 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Ready? Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Now receiver in motion left. They'll try and run for it here with Portis. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Looked like they felt like there was just way too much traffic, so instead of trying to run through the pile on 3rd and goal, they tried to take it outside. But how about that pursuit by the defense? Way too much for them, and they held him up short of the line of scrimmage and the goal line.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are. Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
He's going to let it fly. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
They'll run on 3rd down with Portis.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And, my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Here's Portis, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7.
take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
One final try now from Manning. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.